Hey Scorpio, welcome to your money reading for whenever you are drawn to this message. I hope you guys are doing great. We're going to take a peek at your finances, where you are right now, anything that's blocking you, opportunities, and your potential outcomes. So jumping right in for where you are right now in terms of your finances, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. This is someone who's sort of awakening. This is coming out of a restful and sort of very quiet, introspective period and moving forward, taking action. This is no longer being still, being quiet. And we have that clarified by the Emperor. This is boss energy. This is someone who is abundant, like they're holding their little golden whatever that is, tomato maybe, and their golden staff, and they're sitting on their throne. They're in full power, they're in control of themselves. So where you are, I think, is starting to come out of this period of stagnancy where things may not have been moving, and now you are taking that step up to the next level. Like you are moving forward in that sort of next iteration in your life after a very long period of nothing really happening, of not a ton of movement. Now, when it comes to the energy that's surrounding you that may represent blocks, we have the World in reverse, and we also have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So this feels like an energy where, you know, with the World being in reverse, this is sort of about completion, right? This is about starting a new chapter, starting a new journey. And the Two of Pentacles in reverse is no longer juggling. So I think for a period of time, again, that sort of speaks to that Four of Swords being there, even though right now it's in reverse. But I think this is a bit of past energy that you're starting to come out of. Your biggest challenge was sort of being firm, right? Solidifying the direction that you're headed in and actually taking the steps to go into this new chapter. I think that if you haven't fully come out of that stuck energy just yet, that it is coming in the very near future, because everything starts sort of pointing to movement. Everything in the energy right now is pointing to you stepping into your full power. So in terms of your strengths, when it comes to money, we have the Hermit. This is someone who is very thoughtful, right? They're looking for their path to be illuminated. This is not someone who just sort of recklessly takes chances when it comes to their finances. This is someone who thinks things through. They gather all of their information. They try to use all of the wisdom that they have in order to make the best decision for themselves. And combined with the Ace of Pentacles, this is, you know, sort of always keeping your eye out for new opportunities, but only those that you really deem worth your while, right? And so again, this feels like a very thoughtful energy when it comes to money. Like if you invest in the stock market or, you know, mutual funds or things like that, you're the type of person, Scorpio, that sits down and does the research. If you think about taking on a new job or a new project, you research the company, you research the business, like you know all of the ins and outs for it. And you make sure to the extent that you can that there's going to be a good positive return on whatever it is that you invest into this, you know, opportunity. What we have in terms of the challenge or the sort of weakness that you might have when it comes to money, we have the Hierophant in reverse. Now, upright, the Hierophant is all about foundation, institution, sort of doing things the right way. And so I think that with all of this thoughtfulness that you have, Scorpio, that sometimes you don't necessarily let your what's a good way of putting this? That sometimes you're so analytical that you don't stop to think about your feelings or your passions when it comes to money. It's almost as if everything is about facts and figures and bar graphs and charts and all of that good stuff, but you don't necessarily think about the emotional side of it. It's sort of like everything is a means to an end. That there's no consideration for enjoying, just the process, enjoying learning, even if it doesn't necessarily lead to your long-term stability. It's almost as if you're not willing to look at maybe some interim steps that could be exciting, that could be fun on your way to sort of building this wealth. It's like everything is by the book, and there just doesn't seem to be a whole lot of fun or excitement that's incorporated into what it is that you're doing. Now, for opportunities that you might have in terms of your ability to make money to increase your wealth, we have the 9 of Wands in reverse, and let's see if we can clarify that. We have the 8 of Wands. So again, I think that, if you are currently in this energy of being sort of quiet, not really moving too much, that there is going to be an opportunity to come out of that. This 9 of Wands, this person's a little bit tired, but they're still standing, they're still hanging in there. And the 8 of Wands is a card that's all about message. It's all about movement. It's like these wands are shooting through the sky, right? And we have at the bottom of the deck the King of Swords, communication, sort of abrupt, comes out of nowhere. So the opportunity that's coming towards you is some sort of communication that's going to sort of revive you. It's going to re-energize you when it comes to making money. So this could be a new opportunity in terms of work. This could be a new business offer, a new partnership, but there's some sort of communication that's coming in that's going to shift this energy that you've been in of quiet. Now, for your potential outcome, we have the 4 of Wands in reverse, and we have the Tower. So this is actually pretty interesting, Cancer, because what we saw here, right, was this sort of energy that was very, very analytical, right? That is very by the book. It's all about the numbers. It's all about the facts and figures. But what we have for your outcome is a little bit of instability, right? The 4 of Wands, that's the gateway. That's the 1111 card. That's foundation. That's stability. And we also have the Tower. So we have 2 cards of a little bit of shakiness. But on the bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Cups. That's all about loving. That's all about partnerships and, coming together. It's a coupling. So I feel like what's ultimately going to happen for you, Scorpio, is that there is going to be, with these messages coming in, there's going to be an offer that's going to sort of rock your foundation a little bit. It's going to be something that's incredibly different from what it is that you've been doing before. And it's going to require you to sort of fight this resistance for, I want to say overanalyzing everything. I feel like you're just going to kind of flow with this opportunity, but it's going to be something that you're going to love. It's going to be the coming together of the stability that you're looking for in this abundance. It's also going to allow you to just be a little bit more open, right? To sort of embrace this change, embrace the unknown. But it's going to be something I think that's going to make you very happy, even if initially it feels a little bit uncomfortable. So good things, Scorpio, very good things. I feel like Spirit is just telling you to be open to the possibility, and maybe not be so rigid when it comes to looking at your finances. And what we have for your final message from Spirit: I can transform my own world. Make lists of positive aspects. Make lists of things you love and never complain about anything. And as you use those things that shine bright and make you feel good as your excuse to give your attention and be who you are, you will tune to who you are, and the whole world will begin to transform before your eyes. It is not your job to transform the world for others, but it is your job to transform it for you. A state of appreciation is pure connection to source where there is no perception of lack. So I feel like, Scorpio, this is sort of your own internal transformation, right? Instead of being so sort of narrow and so strict on how it is that you view opportunities that come your way, this is your chance to sort of let your imagination fly. This is your opportunity to not necessarily think about the worst that can happen, but think about the best that can happen. And watch things sort of transform to fit that narrative as opposed to something else that's a little bit more negative. Ultimately, I think what it boils down to is, how do you want to show up in your financial life? Do you want to consistently show up as someone who may overthink or, rejects opportunities just because they haven't done the numbers and things like that? Or do you want to just be open to all of the abundance and the bounty that the universe has to offer? That decision is entirely up to you, Scorpio. So I hope that you take the chance on what's coming next, because it seems like something that's going to be a really, really positive thing for you. So I'm going to leave it there, Scorps. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that it resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. But in the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.